Hi everyone, and welcome to a brand new Minecraft Let's Play series. I'm Mark, and today I'm embarking on what I hope will be a very long journey through SevTech Ages. SevTech is a mod that uses that limits your technology to very specific items early in the game. If we look at our inventory and what we can actually make, you can see that we only have access to sort of items we can find in the world and a strange selection of liquids, which I don't know why they're there, and some really primitive flint tools. And that's it. We can't make anything else. So I'm going to go ahead and get started while I talk because time is of the essence early on, and that seems very loud, so let me crank down the sound just a bit because we're going to be breaking a lot of grass and picking up a bunch of fruits and vegetables along the way. One of the things that you find quickly in SevTech is that you can't break trees because you don't get anything from it. So we need a tool for that. And early on, we can pick up some basic stuff. We can break these rocks on the ground. We can break branches or tall grass to pick up plant fiber. And somewhere we should be able to find some twigs, which I'm not seeing a whole lot of, actually. Well, we can break... ouch. What was that? One of those plants does damage. We can break leaves that should give us some twigs. Yeah, we're getting a few branches there for sticks. And one of the first things we need to do is to make some flint tools so we can actually cut down trees. And it's a Venus flytrap because it just hurt that cow. We want to make some flint tools, and to do that, we need to find some gravel. And I picked this spawn because it's got a nice open plain, and there were plenty of cows roaming around, and there's a river nearby, so hopefully there's also a village in the distance, which is a plus for us. And let's see if we can find any... Yeah, there's a little bit of gravel. So one of the interesting things about this is once we get into it a little bit, there's a bit of repetition, and so I'm going to show how everything works online and on screen, but once we get rolling, I will probably go ahead and cut some of that so it just minimizes the repetition for you, the watchers. And progression in this pack is all through the advancements page, and you can see that we have a series of advancements that we can pursue to sort of work our way through the technology. And there are 6 ages in this game, the first age being sort of neolithic human, and as we advance we get access to better technology and greater tool capability and so forth. So the first thing we want to do is process our flint into gravel, and to do that what we need to make is, we can look in our craft, complete to complete the tutorial, complete the advancement to craft a work stump to move into age 0. So we need to make a work stump eventually, but we can't do that until we get some flint. And to get flint, we need to craft some plant fibers that we've gotten into plant twine. So let's go ahead and do that, and that is something like this. So that gives us plant twine, and then we can use plant twine to make a grass mesh. And the mesh, I believe I remember. Wow, I don't understand why that hasn't shown up there yet, actually. Am I missing something obvious? I don't think so. We've got that complete, which should have given us that. So I think the mesh is something like this. Yeah, there we go. There's our mesh. We can use our mesh with our gravel to create some flint. And then flint doesn't do a whole lot for us until we flake it down into actual useful fragments. And to do that, what we need to find is a bit of hard rock, which I don't see a whole lot of around anywhere. And I'm standing right next to this stream, which is kind of a mistake because there are predators in the water that will come out and try and eat us. I'm going to go ahead and cut a little temporary cave here and hopefully find some stone that I can use to work our flint. And also to serve as a crude first shelter. So a couple things to cover. Right now, when this series starts, there are going to be 2 Minecraft series running on the channel in parallel. And I just wanted to make sure that everyone knows that's not going to always be the case. This is just a result of how the timings worked on my recording schedule. And my plan is generally to keep 1 Minecraft and 1 something else running. So we can left click this stone on, or this flint on stone, and you can see that that's generating some flint fragments. I think those are the points. Let's see. Yeah, those are the flake. Oh, that's the flake flint. So our next task, according to our progression here, is we want to make the hatchet. And if we look at the hatchet in the JEI, we can see that it's flake flint plus plant twine plus a stick. So let's go ahead and throw together a hatchet so we can actually collect some wood. I'm going to just stick that there. And we are keeping everything except this flower, which I don't really care about. And because we're going to be sort of nomadic at first, I'm going to try and keep the amount of stuff I'm carrying down a bit. I've done a little bit of a playthrough with this, and I've gotten a little ways into the first stage, and the options for inventory management are pretty limited. And you end up carrying just a ton of stuff. So I'm going to try and avoid that. I'm not going to accumulate a bunch of stuff. And I see that the one thing I didn't get a lot of nearby was trees. So I'm going to do a little running around. Oh, we have some... Is that lava? Cool. We have lava right here. I'm going to go ahead and cut down some trees and get some wood so we can make a few things. And we should be getting both some apples and some saplings from these trees. I'm also going to go ahead and collect some more stones because we're going to need that. And I will probably forget where my base is while I do this. In the Stone Block series, you were never exposed to the fact that even though in real life I have a great sense of direction, in Minecraft my sense of direction is awful. So I am sure at some point in this series I'm going to get totally lost and have to build a base from scratch. So, just fair warning. Okay. So that should give us enough to get going. I don't even know what kind of tree those are. Alright. So here's one of the typical things we find in this game. We don't, this is an item that we don't know how to use because we don't have the technology to understand it. So I'm going to stick that there. It's an olive tree. I'm going to go ahead and replant some saplings. But I'm also going to take these oak saplings back with me and put them closer to our so-called base. Just so I can have easier access to trees. I don't think we actually can do anything with wheat yet, so I'm not going to harvest that. I am going to try and flint one of these cows, and when you attack animals, you'll note that they take off running and try and escape, and that makes it pretty hard to hunt. You can also gather some berries. Having these handy is nice. There's a few more. There is a nutrition pack in this, and I'm not sure what it is. I'm not sure what mod actually supports this nutrition, but basically you need to keep all your nutrition levels up across these categories or you start suffering debuffs. And the sun is going down, so I'm going to go ahead and cut down a couple more trees, and then we can go hide in our dark hole while we do a few things. And sugarcane is always nice to have early on. So I'm just going to grab that and... Oops. For now, I'm just going to replant this. Oh, I can't? Really? It's unfamiliar. Okay. Where's my hole in the ground? It should be right around here somewhere. Did I walk past it? Nope, there it is. The mobs in this game can be pretty aggressive, so I am going to do the classic wall myself in. I'll leave a little bit of light, and I apologize for this being really dark for the first part of the series. And let's look at what we need to make. So the next thing we need to make is the chopping block. So I know that the chopping block looks like that. And I'm actually going to make two because I know we need another one to make the crafting table, which is a chopping block on top of basically on top of a stump. So I'm going to stick our crafting table there. And again, I'm really sorry about the brightness here. I think we can make fire relatively soon, can't we? Did I get any bones? I don't think I did get a bone. So let's make a sharp bone. There's our sharp bone achievement, which unlocks a bunch of tools for us. Where is fire? Oh, there's fire. So we can make fire, and I can make some torches as well. And you can see now that we've unlocked some achievements, our list of items has grown considerably. So there's more things we can make. And they're still pretty primitive. I mean, we can make some totem poles, and we can make some additional tools and a few blocks, but, a barrel. But there's no machines yet, obviously. So let's look at torch. And we make an unlit torch with a stick and some plant twine. So I'm going to make a couple of those because I think we have both sticks and plant twine. And we're going to get some light going here by making some fire sticks. So fire sticks are a way to just make fire. And I actually want to try something with this. If I dig that out and put a log there, and then I whittle... did I make 3? How did I make 3? Okay. So we right click on this and it slowly makes fire, and then we have unlit torches. Which I just used the wrong button for. So put out the fire. And now we have the problem of being out of sticks. So I need to use my hatchet to chop some logs. And once I chop some logs, I can use a plank and use that to make some sticks, and I can make another fire stick. So we can actually make fire and not waste it. And where did that go? There. All right. Right click on the fire to light the torches, and that will give us this sort of semi-permanent fuel source, and or semi-permanent light source with that was the wrong key. What did I hit? So let's look at what else we want to make. We want to make a flint pickaxe, which I think we can use. Let's see. Basically, we need to make some basic tools. And I can say basic a few more times if you like. So we need some sticks, we need some flake flint, and we need some plant twine. We don't have any flint, and now that you can actually see what I'm doing, let me go ahead and throw down a log on our chopping block and then left click it a few times to give us wood. And then those planks we actually do the same thing with. And that turns them into sticks. And I'm going to go ahead and fill that hole in since we don't care about it. And now we should, maybe, is that facing right? It is. Okay. We have a crafting rock, which I think we got when we made the crafting table. So there is a little shelf there that we can use to store that. And what I need is, I need that, and I need some more plant twine. And clearly I need to gather a bunch more plant twine to make our pickaxe. So we do that, and that to make the pickaxe, and then we pick up our crafting rock and pound on the table, and that makes our completes the recipe for us. So now we have a pickaxe. And if I do that, so this is going to be one of those. Remember when I said things can get a little tedious? This is going to be one of those times. So I'm going to go ahead and make some. Just process some materials here into planks and go ahead and do that off camera because it's going to take a while. And then once daylight comes back, we can go figure out what we're going to do next. So, okay, one of the first things I want to actually make is some storage because storage is at a premium, but I do want a little bit in our caves. So we have some place to keep our basic supplies. Otherwise, our inventory is just going to get completely jammed. And we can make this little storage crate or chest from immersive, is that immersive engineering? Immersive craft? From immersive craft. And this chest is, it's pretty restricted in its capacity. And you basically stick stuff in there like so by right-clicking it into a slot, and that's sort of the limit of what it can hold. And our big problem right now is we do need more plant fiber. We do have a sharp bone, which is a nice first stage weapon. It's about the best weapon we get for a while. There are spears and other weapons we can use. But for now, that's what we're stuck with. And so I am basically sticking anything we're not going to use immediately in here just so it's not in my inventory because I need to go harvesting and pick up a whole bunch more supplies. We don't really need that. Oh, olives. Olives are actually food. We can see now this was unidentified before, but because we made some advancements, we now understand what it is so we can use these. And we do have several food items, and we have a cow pelt. That was the same thing. It was unidentified until we made the advancement needed to make use of it. So our inventory is looking okay. I would like to get rid of a couple more items. We're going to be picking up sticks and probably saplings, so I don't care about getting rid of those. And it looks like daylight is here, so I'm going to break my wood door and head out and see what's up out here. And there's one of our trees just grew, and there's our first enemy. Ow. And he's going to drop probably nothing useful. And the spider. Spiders are really creepy. They have really nasty looking legs. We got a pair of boots that are almost, trash, but we'll take them. And I'm going to stick that stuff up there, and I'm going to go ahead and replant this seed, and I'm going to go ahead and eat an apple. Because I want to stay healthy while I do all this stuff. And really what I need to do is harvest just tons of plant fiber to start, because we're going to need a lot of it to get going. We don't really need as many rocks. I will pick up a few. We have some more. Oops. We do have some more bushes that give us some fruit. We have potatoes. Nice. And I am going to try and avoid breaking plants that we don't have any use for at the moment. Like these are rushes, and we can use rushes to make thatch, I believe. But we don't really have any need for them yet, so I'm not gonna be breaking those to start. The other thing I really want to get is some wood. We're going to break a bunch of these leaves because that gives us more sticks. When they break naturally, it doesn't look like they're giving us sticks. So I just broke a rush, which I don't really want. But all right, so let's go ahead and chop down a tree. And we've got a couple stacks of, yeah, we got some rush tips, which will probably end up back in my inventory at some point. Anything else we want to get rid of? Not really. So I'm going to continue to run around here and find some resources. And if we look at our quest book, really what I need to do is make some flint tools. So I guess I need to find some more gravel. And at some point I will make a shovel so I can harvest gravel a little more efficiently. Do we have any more here? We really don't. I will go take a quick look at this village. Maybe that's a good thing to take a look at. I'm going to walk along the coast so I can spot any gravel if it shows up. And there is our nemesis. That right there is a piranha. And they will literally swim out of the water and come and get you. So we avoid those at all costs. Is that a gravel cave? Or is that, oh no, that's one of the other kinds of rock. We have some horses, cows. I haven't seen any sheep yet, which is a bit troubling. We do want sheep for wool and string. Not wool necessarily, but string. Okay, we have a farmer here. We have a shepherd. Another farmer. Another farmer. What I was hoping for was a cartographer or librarian. That's going to be a butcher. Because one of our early quests takes us to find a Darklands biome, and we need getting a map would be really useful. So yeah, I don't think we're going to get any. Don't think we're getting anything out of these guys other than farmland eventually. There's some sheep. Good. So, we're not in bad shape for resources. That is a nice tunnel. But we're not in 100% shape because it looks like flint is actually going to be our weakness here. Actually, I want to grab some of this because this is one of the few packs that actually gives you a use for granite and diorite and andesite. Because the untreated blocks count as stone for some of the crafting recipes, which is nice. It means you don't have to actually go through the process of smelting smooth stone. Alright, so I want to head down the other side of the river, and I see gravel's over there. That's gravel. I don't necessarily want to swim across the piranha-filled stream, though. There's a couple pieces. I think we'll get some mud out of this too. Mud as a resource. Who would have thought? Yeah, I'm not seeing any more on this side right here. These trees are a nice landmark. They will let me know where I am as I get lost in the future. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. I am actually going to put a marker here, just so I know exactly where our base is. Eventually I am going to, this is just temporary, but eventually I'm going to come running back here being pursued by monsters and want to know how to get back inside quickly. So let's do that. And what time? It's just noon. I'm going to take a run up the coast here and see if I can spot any more gravel. Back in a minute. I am out wandering around on our plain, and that's our house right there. But I did want to point out this this mod pack has these moving streams in it, and I don't remember the name of the mod that does this, but it's realistic land generation, and it gives us some really cool water features like streams that actually have a flow. We also have in the distance some really high mountains, which may or may not be useful in the future. Nothing much else to report. I did find a bunch of gravel, so we're in reasonable shape there. And I am heading back to the base, and I'm going to be looking for a few more food items like that along the way. And I just wanted to show you the cool things I saw. Okay, we are back in the base, and I am doing some of the busy work involved in getting our resources in shape. We made a bunch of plant twine. These mud clumps are actually going to be useful because we can shape 4 of those into wet mud. And wet mud we can take, and if we put up here, sort of out in the middle of the plain, we can let those dry and they will turn into like a sort of low-grade building block. We have plenty of dirt at the moment, so it's not really a big deal, but I wanted to point out that you could do that just as, another option for building. So I'm going to put away our resources. I'm going to actually sift all our gravel into flint. I think we have enough wood for what we want to do. We don't really need rock. So, oh, what was that? That sounded like a creeper explosion, which is unfortunate. No? I have no idea what that was. Something very loud and boom. Wasn't anything I did. Cavemen don't have explosives. So, looking at our achievements, I do want to finish off these basic tools before we call the episode done. So we need to make a work blade, a stone pickaxe, a spear, and a tomahawk. I think we can make all those, and I just don't remember all the recipes. So spear looks something like it's just 2 sticks and a flint. Oh, I need to nap some flint. That's what I need to do. And doing this into the corner will actually be useful. Remember when I said this was a little time consuming? I guess this pack was actually designed for a streamer who wanted something that would actually use more, streamers spend, oops, that's not what I wanted to do at all. What I wanted to do was, I wanted to do this, because this is giving us, it's turning our flaked flint into flint points. And was this one? No, that just uses flake flint. So let's go ahead and make our spear, which is just flake flint. One of these tools that we're about to make is going to use the point, I believe. So there's our spear. We want to make a work blade. And the work blade is 4 flint plus 2 sticks. Plus, what did I miss? Let's do that. Plus that, and And the work blade we can use to do some sort of in-inventory crafting. We can make seeds out of it. There was something important that we do with this. Oh, we can get bark off of wood with this. And that's pretty useful, as we'll see probably in the next episode. Let's look at what else we want to make. We want to make a stone pickaxe. And I think, did I get enough stone? We did. This is just a standard Minecraft recipe. Gives us a stone pickaxe. And the last thing we want to make is a tomahawk. And I think the tomahawk is... I think this was what needed the point. Yeah, see, this has a point and flaked flint, so we can do this because I was clever and planned ahead. We can just put that there. So that goes there, and those go there. And the tomahawks are cool because they're actually a throwing weapon, in addition to being like a standard attack weapon. The sharp bone actually does more damage than the tomahawk. So I guess the idea is we lead off with the tomahawk and we then hit stuff with the sharp bone. The other thing I want to actually make is... we can make a stone axe. That's good. I didn't realize we could make that right away. I guess we're in the Stone Age now, so I'm going to go ahead and dig out a little more stone here in our, super advanced mine, and go ahead and make that stone axe, which I'm guessing is going to be a standard Minecraft stone axe recipe. Yeah. Okay. So we can make advancements past the flint tool. So we'll put that there and that there. You can see that we picked up some rush tips and parts, and already my idea that I wasn't going to collect a bunch of junk has gone by the wayside because we just have too much stuff in our inventory. So I think this is probably a good place to wrap up our first episode. I am going to probably do a little more crafting. I'm probably going to hack up some more logs into planks so I can make another chest, and maybe check out the tools and see if there's anything else we can make. Next time, I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and figure out how to get farmland. We actually have to trade for our first piece of farmland before we can craft it. And I'll probably do some spearfishing and get some fire going, because having fire in a more sustainable form will certainly be good for us. We can also make a kiln, so I'll probably have to go looking for clay too. But all that is for next time. I hope you've enjoyed this first episode of SevTech Ages. It is going to be a long haul to get to the final stages where I believe we go into space. So starting as a neolithic human, we are pretty limited in what we can do. But hopefully that's going to change pretty quickly. So until next time, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, consider hitting like, subscribing to the channel, hitting the bell to get notifications when new videos go out, and leave me a comment about your thoughts on this new series. Talk to you later, and have a great day.